next we're going to talk about the Purple Heart, and I have Joe Heil is going to come up here. He's got a couple of things besides Purple Heart to talk about, so I'm going to give the podium to him. Joe yesterday received a very prestigious award, the Veterans Best Friend Award. So we're very proud of Joe and proud of all the things you do.
Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, brother. He stole some of my thunder, but I'm with the Chapter 550 Military Order Purple Heart out of the Chippewa Valley area. We have about 84 members that are active with the state. I'm also the state junior vice commander on a state level. One thing I've heard, and I can't confirm it, but the Veterans Administration has put the Purple Heart recipients on the top of the order when it comes to VA care. Now, exactly what does that mean? Does that mean that I can go in there and get preference? Myself, I'm pretty stable. I'm guessing that that was put out for those veterans, Purple Heart veterans that have many serious medical issues that need to be taken care of right away versus waiting 10, 20, 30 days. So I'm hoping this is going to really help those veterans, both men and women, with their medical conflicts, that they can get preferential treatment when it comes to getting medical care. The other things that I thought of was on the Blue Water app, which Eric had. I got a couple things that he didn't cover, and I thought I would, maybe if you'd like to have. I printed out about 3 or 4 of these, Dennis. I'll leave some of these with you. It describes exactly a lot of the bill and what it does. According to Mr. Wilkie, the members, here, the proposed Blue Water Veterans Act estimated the cost of providing the benefits to these veterans at $1.1 billion over 10 years. Officials say the amount is roughly $5.5 billion. He also told members of the Senate Veterans Affairs Committee during a hearing at the VA fiscal budget for 219 department that they already started serving 51,000 Blue Water Navy veterans. So apparently they already are serving some of these veterans from the Blue Water area. So that's good news that they've already acknowledged this, and hopefully this bill will pass since it didn't get through last year. Like I said, I've got to print out about several copies. These came out of off the internet with from either military Purple Heart or DAV, which I follow very closely because I'm active with both organizations. So I try to keep up with a lot of these things. The other things I have is Vietnam veterans that are here today. I have keychains for those who I didn't get those available. I tried to pass them out to everyone. I know some of them came in after I passed them out. These are free. They're for Vietnam veterans. So see me after after we get done here today. 2 other things. One, how many of you are aware of the Veterans Tribute that's being built in Eau Claire County, in downtown Eau Claire? Okay. I have some stones, applications for the stones that are $500 or similar to the stones that are done at the high ground. If you're wishing to have one, feel free to see me. The tribute veterans is Eau Claire County Veterans Park, I believe is what it's called now. We are going to start the construction of that park in fall of this year. We expect to have that done by the year 2020. It's going to be between $1.2 and $2 million project. And we're glad to say that we've reached the certain area of the $1 million that we need to get the foundation, get the construction started. Believe me, if you haven't seen any of the information on TV or anything like that, you don't know what you're going to miss when it gets done. It's going to be a beautiful project when it gets completed. How many of you know your grandkids have one of these? Well, a lot of these stations from the wars, from Civil War back to the current conflicts, they're going to be able to take their cell phone and click on that monument, and it's going to tell them all about what happened during that time frame. And when they get done, they get out to the end, and they'll be given a little test of what it is. So it's going to be a really good tribute. There's going to be a fountain of youth there, or fountain of tears it's called. And the lady that was just before me, okay, I always follow her, I don't know why, she must have something special. She does. They're gonna have also a monument for the Gold Star mothers down there, tribute to them. So it's gonna be really great. So if you ever get a chance, once it gets done, stop down and see it. I have one other question with Jimmy, maybe when he comes up. There was some rumors way back, maybe Jim, when you come up, you can maybe handle this. And I haven't heard anything more about it. The Purple Heart recipients, my understanding about 2 years ago, that they were going to have a plate that was issued similar to the POW at no charge. I don't know if there's anything more done about that, but we had that information passed down to us about 2 years ago. So I don't know if it's something you can address or look into, but there was some word out there that military Purple Heart recipients at some point will hoping to receive a plate at no cost. And the thing that was nice about it is that if the person, like I have one, if I passed away, it would carry over to my wife. And I think that the prisoner of war, I think, does the same thing, if I'm not mistaken. So that's something we're looking forward to, so hopefully it'll happen. Thank you.
Joe?
Yes.
Question, do you have the information about the teaching that you gave yesterday, the colors?
Oh, yes.
Did you bring that with you?
I have to check. I don't know if I brought it all with me. I'll check. The keychains that we passed out yesterday, I had a history of how it was formed and what the colors stand for. Let me check on it. If not, I will email it to Dennis and give him a copy of that. It's a very interesting history, and I will talk about doing that. It's something that is really nice to look through, but I'll check, see, I may have some of that with me today. Pardon? Right, yeah. Yeah, it explains each of the colors, the green, red, yellow, and so on and so forth. But it also explains how it got started, when it got started, and things like that.
Right, and I've had copies of this available, and just, Joe did such a good job of presenting it. I was kind of hoping he'd have it there.
I wanted to ask one question.
Yeah.
With the stones that they're going to be talking, how is that technology going to be enabled?
I'm sorry?
The tribute trail. With
Yes.
the stones that will talk with your phone, will you take a picture of the QR code? Or
It's not the stones that you're going to be able to click on. It's the
Kiosk?
yeah, it's going to be a kiosk for like World War II, Vietnam, Afghanistan. They're going to have the statues, and on there you're going to be able to click on an icon, and it's going to tell you all about it.
Oh, I thought the individual stones were good.
No, it's not the stones.
I got that all right.
No, it's not the stones that are going to be. It's the statues that are going to be put in of each of the conflicts. They're going to be able to go on, and hopefully it's going to be a good learning tool for people to come in, especially our younger kids, finding out about Vietnam, World War I, World War II, Korean War, or Afghanistan, Gulf War, all the wars and conflicts that we've had. So that's how that's going to work.
Joe, real quick,
Yeah.
what nature will be the Hmong and the Native American monuments possible? What kind of?
We're working on those. There's the discussion is in progress. I haven't heard much more about it, but I know that we're going to try to get those included and everything with it.
Okay.
We have to determine exactly what kind of statues and what kind of information they're going to put on those. But that's something that we've been talking about the last couple of meetings. So we're not forgetting them. We're just trying to work them into it and see what we can do and see what they're looking for. Okay? Thanks, Dennis. Yep.
Joe, like I said, he received an award yesterday. He has been so astronomical for the Vietnam Veterans of America. So many things going down in Eau Claire, and he takes his time out, another day off, and he comes up here and works with us along with our honorable color guard and everything. So we really thank Joe for everything that he does. And next, I'd like to, we thank that because, like I said, we've still got some really good speakers coming up here. I want to quick go over, Joe gave me a copy of this thing, so I want to read it real quick. I really like the way it was. I wish he would have had it with him up here. He'd probably do a better job than me. But this keychain that we so honorably carry with us and and pass around. The Vietnam Veterans Keychains. The keychain tradition was started by a disabled Marine from Oregon. For the brothers and sisters who were in country Vietnam of the Vietnam War, Dave from Oregon, or Paps as he refers to him, we call himself, was in country during the Tet of 68 and is a survivor of the siege of the Marine-based Quezon. Making them was one of the ways that he dealt with his memories and PTSD. They are now being made and handed out by others as he has sent them to as far away as their way of paying it forward. Dave gets the credit, he deserves it. The keychains have always been free, but they weren't cheap. They were paid for years ago in the jungles of Southeast Asia by nearly 3 million of the best American youth. The names of over 58,000 of these brave souls are on the wall in Washington, D.C. Dave has made thousands of these in the past several years. They have made it to nearly all 50 states and several foreign countries. He makes them to honor those who fought and died in Vietnam, in hopes that those who see them will never forget the sacrifices that were made, and that the brothers and sisters who carry them can hold their heads up high and be proud, and know that they are not alone. For indeed, we are brothers and sisters forever. What the colors of the keychain stand for: green is for the jungles of Vietnam. Yellow is for the welcome home we never got. Red is for the blood of our brothers and sisters shed. Black is for the pain and darkness we carry. So that is the meaning of the keychain. So great significance. With that,